Okay, it's Thanksgiving, and this year I thought I would do something a little different. My hometown is in Paradise, California, and I unfortunately lost that town to a fire. And I had the best Thanksgivings there, and would meet with old high school friends right around Thanksgiving yearly up until this last year. So really sad. Anyway, this Thanksgiving, I'm spending Christmas with about 8 million plus people in Bangkok, Thailand. And the little area I'm in is Hoi Quang. I'm in this area quite a bit. And anyway, just thought I would reflect on my Thanksgivings and my escapes. With the time change, I'm about 15 hours ahead of my hometown in Paradise, California. So getting a jump start on Thanksgiving. It is quite different here. There's no pilgrims. There's no Thanksgiving decorations. But it has a different history than we do. It's not the United States. And heck, even California, to my knowledge, doesn't have any pilgrims. So, and our world, I believe, is becoming more and more kind of the same. So even though you can go on the other side of the globe, there's still a lot of similarities. Yes, there's differences, but more and more, I think, we're all becoming kind of similar with all these wonderful things that we have with television, media, YouTube, Google, whatever. Before long, we're all going to start to kind of sound the same, and I don't know how many years that is, but I'm sure something like that's going to happen. No turkey today for me. I'm guessing maybe something yummy like tom yum soup, which I really enjoy. It's a bit on the spicy side, not so spicy that you're jumping out of your chair and wiping off your forehead. Well, it depends who makes it. Sometimes I'm wiping off my forehead. The Thai food here is obviously it's pretty tasty. If you want authentic anywhere, you got to go to the country where it all came about. So some of the Thai food that I've had tom yum soup, which is very popular, pad Thai, which is very popular. Some things, I don't eat anything for shock value. I'm not Andrew Zimmern. So I don't really trust his taste buds anyway, because if he can eat anything, then I don't really, I don't know if I could follow his advice. I have had durian while I've been here. Durian is I guess it's a pretty smelly food from at least Andrew Zimmern's point of view, and from the warnings I've seen for durian. I've stayed in hotels where when I was on the elevator, I saw signs that said no durian, and it had a red circle with a line slashed through it over a picture of durian fruit. And there was actually a fine too if you brought durian in the hotel, and the reason for that is because of the smell. It's supposed to smell so bad. I don't really have much of a sense of smell. So it's not really that brave of me to eat durian because I can't really smell anyway. But it has kind of a custardy texture. It tastes okay. It's not something I would crave or anything, but if it's served to me, I enjoy it, and I was glad to have tried it. I've had it several times now since I've been in Thailand. As I mentioned, I'm in a different country, so they're not celebrating We're not celebrating Thanksgiving, so there's no Thanksgiving decorations. You know, everybody in America complains about Christmas music, but I don't know, is there Thanksgiving music? I don't understand. I don't understand why they complain. It's nice background music. It doesn't bother me. It's a little bit too early to shop for Christmas for me, but hearing Christmas music and thinking about Christmas, or I don't know if I'd watch a Christmas movie, but if one's on, I'd probably sit down and watch it. I don't know. But I'm not a hardcore, everybody has to be Thanksgiving, obviously, because I'm in Thailand, and nothing about Thailand is about American Thanksgiving. Some of the similarities, I guess, we have, there's Starbucks. Actually, I've seen several Starbucks. Most of the major shopping centers, you'll find a Starbucks. I think it's a little bit more expensive here than in America because it's a fancy import here, as opposed to one on every corner in the United States. And I enjoy Starbucks. I go here fairly frequently. Oh, I don't know, maybe a couple times a month, which is probably frequent for being 8,000 miles away from America's Starbucks. So I do enjoy coffee shops. So it's nice to have a Starbucks. You feel a little homesick and you want a little taste of home. Like I just left Starbucks today. I had a green tea frappuccino. They had a little Christmas tree, some decorations, and they're playing my favorite Christmas song, which is Let It Snow. So I don't imagine there's ever snow in Thailand. Maybe there has been at certain areas, certain points in history, but it's just not something you see here. So it doesn't really feel like Thanksgiving here. It doesn't really feel like Christmas is approaching, but it is a nice experience. Thailand people, Thais are awesome people. So that'll take away any homesickness that you think you might have. There's plenty of traffic. I don't know, you see some of the traffic behind me, and I negotiate this on a scooter. I like to call it a motorbike because it sounds a little tougher, but it's a little Yamaha scooter. And they have these big red buses you just saw pass, locals take. Little taxi cabs, the green and yellow taxi cabs. Losing my voice here a little bit. But the green and yellow taxi cabs, and they have tuk-tuks, the little three-wheeled cars. They're a bit more expensive, so you're better off with a taxi if you're saving money, but you have to get on a tuk-tuk at least once if you make the trip over. So anyway, as far as traffic goes, around this time of year for Thanksgiving, there's lots of traffic in America. So I'm usually driving from Southern California to my hometown of Paradise, and you can make it in about 8 hours if you don't stop. I guess if you wear a pair of Depends and you got a backup gas tank you can just flip on, you can make it in about 8 hours. But it usually takes me anywhere from 10. Well, I've made it in 8.5. I've made it in 8.5 hours. So I'm exaggerating a little bit. So 8.5 to 10 hours you're kind of looking at as far as drive, and I actually look forward to it because I'm normally going to see a lot of friends and family. But as I said, I lost my hometown, so just a new experience. Hopefully next year we can start that again. My brother has had a home theater built in his home. He's all about movies, loves movies, and it's like going to the theater with all your best buddies. It's like a private screening, and it's quite something. So hopefully next year he's game for that, and his home's up and running, and good times. I was talking about pilgrims. You know what? What I do miss on that long drive is there's a radio personality that I listen to. He's political, so I won't. You know, some of you people are put off by politics, so I'll try not to talk about it. But anyway, every year this famous personality talks about pilgrims and like the story behind the story. You know, it's not really about us just sitting around the table and having a big turkey and stuffing and cranberries and football games and that kind of stuff. It's about lessons learned and history of our country, and I look forward to that. So this year I'm going to have to do without, unless I can find a way to look it up. Maybe I'll give it a listen. But anyway, if you want to find it, I guess you can look for The Pilgrim Story by famous radio personality, and he does it every Thanksgiving, so it's very, very good. There's no turkey here, so I'm not going to have turkey today. I'm not sure what I'm going to have. Might be tom yum, that spicy soup. It might be pad thai. Might go somewhere and just have shrimp. And I have lots of seafood here, and so for cholesterol, I have like a handful of oatmeal in the evening and just eat it. It keeps my cholesterol down. So there's a big medical tip for those of you with cholesterol. I brought mine way down with oatmeal, and I just take a handful and I eat it raw. So anyway, so I'll have my oatmeal, a handful of oatmeal. So there's no turkeys. The only turkeys I'm kind of used to anyway are the ones I had to deal with at my last job. I was thankfully able to leave, and I'm not missing those kind of turkeys. But I'm not really a big bird eater anyway, but I always have a little bit just because it makes it feel like Thanksgiving. So, okay. Alrighty, so I guess the last thing I might want to mention is since we're not having a Thanksgiving meal, the Thai food here is pretty incredible. I'm in the country, so it's got to be incredible. So if I were in another country, their food should be incredible. And the knuckleheads that say that America doesn't have a culture and that we're not like these other countries, have these special things. That's not true. So, because when you go somewhere, like right now, I'm somewhere, you miss those things. You crave those things. You know, things I'm thankful for in America: baseball, hot dogs, apple pie. Dare I say Chevrolet from a commercial. And there's so many other things that I'm thankful for. Friends and family, my daughter, my beautiful little granddaughter, and I'm actually living here in Thailand, but I'll make it a point. I've been going 4 times a year, but I may have to trim that back to about 3 times a year, with about the same time involved, just structuring it a little bit differently. I have a Jeep over there. I miss driving my Jeep around. Here I'm on the motorbike. I enjoy that too because it's crazy. It's an adventure. Every time you jump on it, it's an adventure. People are flying around. There's so many people here that stuff happens every 3 seconds. I might be exaggerating. It might be more like 5 seconds. Stuff is happening around you, in front of you. People are passing, you're passing, and somebody decides they want to pass at the same time. You're splitting lanes with oncoming traffic. You're tailgating here. Everybody tailgates. It's just a thing to do, and it's just different. So they make it work. It's just and not what we're used to. But it's exciting. So I'm thankful for the fun exhilaration of riding a motorbike scooter in Thailand. And I don't know, our American culture, it's people are very nice to me. They love that I'm an American. I don't know, there's just so much. Most of it has to do with friends and family, but we do have a culture. And my heritage is truly American. I mean, if you want to go try to tie in another country with that, you'd be looking at, well, for me it would be Scotland. But I've never been there, and I've never eaten haggis. I have worn a kilt. I don't play the bagpipes. I've gone to some Highland festivals, but don't dismiss being American. It's one of the coolest things ever. We've come a long way, baby. Just a few 100+ years. These other countries have been around, many of them for thousands of years. So we're doing a lot right. So hopefully we can get stay on course and be leaders that we are. We're all leaders. And such a great country. So much to be thankful for. So anyway, I got married here too. If you didn't know that, I've been married. I've actually been here. I've been here a few years. So all of my adventures for me are about escape. I love escape. This is the third country I've lived in. One as a baby, I lived in Germany. The other country was South Korea, and I was in the Army. There was no war going on. I'm not quite old enough for that. Some people, when you mention South Korea, they think that you had to be there when the war was going on. We still have troops in South Korea. And then now in Thailand. So I guess I've been around. Other escapes I like, again, the motorbike, the Jeep. I like traveling on the airplane, the international flights. I love the different languages. And so much to see. I mean, you don't even have to come to somewhere like Thailand. Get in your car and start seeing Americans. But if you do come see Thailand. It's a great place. All right, I guess that's a wrap. So y'all take care. That's one for the books. Bye-bye.